Hey everybody, I hope you're having a good Memorial Day weekend. Um, I'm having a terrible one. Um, this I'm only making this video so you will get a rare glimpse of Mr. Never in a Bad Mood, Never Down. It's got the blues. I got the blues, and I really don't know why. It's possible that I'm on several dating sites trying to find Miss Wonderful, and she's not appearing. And but I talk to so many women, and I've been sharing a lot of stuff and personal things, and some of it, if you talk to a person for more than a few messages, you might start to share details that are not pleasant about your past. Like I'm sharing about my mother's death and my father's suicide, and so I think maybe that sort of got me down a little bit. And then, I have two ladies that I'm talking to that, I really had or have still, I guess. Actually, there's three. I have a lot of hope in maybe getting together with one day. And one of them, I'm in Temple, Texas, which is Central Texas. And one of them lives about 55 miles away in Liberty Hill. The other one is about the same distance, a little bit less. It's called Pflugerville, Texas. Starts with a P, but those Germans say F. No offense to my Deutsch friends. But I can't figure it out. Oh yeah, I have one other lady who is actually the very nice and communicates with when I send her a message. She actually sends one back. But she's in Bulgaria, and she's fairly well to do. And she says she travels a lot. She's been to the U.S. before, and so I'm not desperate, but really do want to meet somebody and get back into a relationship. And she said she's traveled to the U.S. and so anyway, I just I don't know what to do. And damn it, I don't have any weed. Because if I had some weed, there's an instant mood elevator. Just it's just the way it is. And also, well, I know another reason I got the blues. I was I had an old what's called a variable speed oscillator. Now they call it a variable frequency oscillator. Um, Frank Zappa was, I think, the first musician composer I knew of that used it. And the way he used it was instead of a switch on a main panel in the control room, studio control room, controlling the speed of the music or an individual instrument, the variable speed oscillator has a dial. You can dial it so you can actually speed it up and back down. So it's really cool. And Mr. Zappa just used it a lot. But I had one, and I posted it on eBay for $500. The next day, eBay emailed me like that. eBay emailed me. Everything's E. Um, and told me that it's worth a lot more money, and would I like to reconsider my asking price? And I thought, oh, that's strange. But I told him no. I didn't pay anything for it. It was given to me um, not too long ago, actually. So anyway, a gentleman contacted me and said he was interested, and we haggled a little bit, and he talked me down to $350, and so I said okay. And when we got to the details of the exchange, which I've never sold anything online before, so I'm not familiar with what's the correct way to do it. Do you have the buyer send the money first, and then when you receive it, you mail the item, or do you mail the item first? I just don't know. Because either way, there's a possibility that somebody's going to lose out. Somebody's going to get ripped off. But I sent it to him. And that was 12 days ago. eBay says that typically, you receive your payment within 10 days. So I contacted them, and they're investigating, and I don't know what's going to become of it. I don't know how easy it is to scam eBay and stuff, but I feel pretty small about that because that was stupid, and I'd like to pride myself on not getting taken, but I guess the best of people get taken once in a while. I trust a little too easily, I guess. But so there went my trip to Denver, and at Denver's where I go to get my weed, because here in redneck backward ass Texas, it's illegal, and probably will be for several centuries. The other 49 states will legalize it, but Texas won't. I guarantee it. Because, like I say, they're just so backward. Texas is, there's a lot of good people there. I've met, especially rural folks. They tend to be more friendly, but, the general spirit here in Texas is mean. Texans are mean. And they're not very sociable. They're real cliquish. And so, to get weed legalized here, sometimes I'll openly talk about weed. I have no shame at all that I smoke weed. I don't care if it's illegal here. If the conversation I'm having with someone kind of goes in that direction, I'll share my Denver experiences, and you would not believe how uncomfortable people get around the people that are around. Sometimes even the person I'm talking to, it's like I said something like, "Hey, let's talk about having sex with a dog." It's like I said something like that. So it's just weird, man. And hey, man, you know what, you guys? I don't know any of you. I mean, I know some of you, but just in sharing with you right now, I feel better because I'm grateful for what I have. The VA. I'm a veteran. The VA takes care of me. I get a check every month, and if I lose the money on that thing, on that VSO, number one, I got it for free. And secondly, I don't care. I don't care. It upsets me, but what's done is done. It cannot be undone. And I'll just have to find some other funding for my trip. For anybody that is thinking about going to Colorado for whatever reason, there's a website that has just tremendous flight prices, man. It's called Flight Hub, one word. And I got my most recent trip to Denver. Doggone it. There's something in the air. My most recent trip to Denver, which was May 2nd, this May 2nd, I paid round trip from Dallas to Denver for $88. No joke. My first trip was actually $188. My second trip, I don't remember, $124. When I recently checked to get in preparation to book a flight and to see what dates I would have to pick, because that is one thing. Your dates are going to have to be a little off into the future, because in order to get the low fares, you kind of have to go by when they want you to go. And because you can go in there and it asks you for departure date, return date, and you can continue to change it a little bit. And the more you advance it off into the future, the lower the price gets. And certain days, I think I checked another website. I think Tuesdays. I think maybe Sundays too. No, not Sundays. But there's a couple of days a week where they're not very popular with flyers. So those are the days to get booked on and get the lowest fares. And also the flights leave at odd hours, like 6 a.m. in the morning, 11 at night. So anyway, but hey, you cannot beat the price. And, let's face it, not all of us are rich. One time I got when I got my check, I wanted to go to Denver the next day. I wanted to go the next day, and you know what? This is before I knew about Flight Hub. I went to a Cheap Fare Guru. I went directly to United Airlines, Delta, and man, the prices were like bottom 600, sometimes a little over 1,000 for a round trip next day if I wanted to go the next day. So anyway, if you're thinking about going to Colorado or flying anywhere for that matter, check out Flight Hub. I like my shirt. Is that a flashback? What? I kind of like it, but anyway, I'll wrap this up, guys. Once again, thanks. You know, I know you really didn't do anything, but I feel better just having talked to you. And once again, man, you guys, you're still not subscribing. I counted my views. I have two YouTube channels, and I have over 400 views, only 8 comments, and 2 subscribers. And I routinely ask you guys to comment, at least comment or share my videos, man, because I really want to get something good going here, and the only way to do that is with y'all's help. And so, you know, guys, subscribe, because I got future, they're not written down, I never write anything down, but I got future videos planned on a lot of topics. You know, I'm going to talk about abortion, more on racism, deaths, premature deaths of musicians, the VA healthcare system. I mean, I have a lot of topics I want to discuss, but most of the time, before I go into a topic on video, I research as much as I can most of the time, and but I'm gonna get better at that too, doing the research, and you know, so I can say things that are true and accurate, and you know, not mislead or misdirect people. So anyway, subscribe. All right, guys, y'all take it easy. All right, bye.